strange accidents or murders, some unsolved murders, and suicide and accidents, like yesterday with Dr. Hoffman, who had fought the government they tried to take his license away because of his alternative approach, and he finally got it back, but they had all these stipulations on him, and then, I guess, and then he died coming home from a cabin. I haven't got all the details because it was literally yesterday that I found out, and I'm not sure if it was yesterday or the day before that he died, but that he was coming back from a cabin maybe from the weekend to practice, and then at his practice in Wisconsin, and was killed in an accident. So I'm still details on
How old was he? Do you know?
He was 66, so he had fought so hard, and literally, I think, had over 1,000 current patients. They were coming from around the world. That has already been reported. That they were coming from around the world because he was getting them better. Literally, every review on him is 5-star that I can find anywhere on the internet. And I've talked to his patients personally who are verified, and they all say kind of the same thing, like, he saved my life. That's pretty much the overall.
When things occur, the first thing you always have to ask yourself is who benefits? And then you go from there. I mean, it's good police detective work. Who benefits? What are the motives? So in this particular case, with these 63 holistic doctors dead, out of the way, let me ask you that question. In your opinion, who benefits?
Well, these were pretty prominent doctors who, some of them more so than others, but they were very vocal and doing. Dr. Bradstreet had done radio shows. He was speaking at some of the biggest events in the country. He had just spoken, less than a month before he died, that he had a breakthrough for autism and also with cancer. And so I would say that the pharmaceutical companies definitely benefit if they're out of the way. I don't know or have any definitive proof that they're involved, but yeah, that they would definitely benefit.
Okay, so let's weigh the possibilities. First of all, based on these 63 deaths in a little over a year, and based on the high number of unusual deaths, what would you say the likelihood is that most of them are being murdered? Would you say that was extremely high?
I try so hard to say I'm biased, but
I don't know how you can.
I know, because it's some of them definitely were murdered and unsolved, and so with these, let me say this: even the families have opened investigations. Like Dr. Marshall in Spokane, Washington, his wife is also a medical doctor, so she has opened an investigation, and without a doubt, the investigators are saying it was homicide. It was not an accident, and he was fourth-generation Marine. They allegedly was on his morning jog after working out at the gym. The guy was had survival training, served 2 tours in Afghanistan, and so I knew that it was. I reported on it first before anyone that it was not an accident. It was just obvious. So with so many of them, where they're calling them suicides, especially with Dr. Bradstreet, we knew Dr. Mitch Gaynor, also out of Manhattan, famous medical doctor, had just been on Dr. Oz. It was a personal friend of Mehmet Oz, and then he had been on Russia Today recently, just before his death, and I actually tried to contact them, but I wanted to talk to the founder of Russia Today about his appearance on there shortly before his death.
Yeah, that's called the RT television, right?
RT, yes, RT. For folks, yeah, they know RT, but the founder of RT was right around that time found dead in a hotel room in Washington, D.C. So so then I couldn't ask him any questions.
Oh, gosh.
It's just, so yes, especially with the suicides, the alleged suicides, I would say that just doctor after doctor, from Dr. Whiteside, who used a very small caliber gun, they said it would have been a horrific death, and they had already searched that area, didn't see the body. Then later, it appears. So I don't know how that happened. There's so many strange deaths. We have Dr. Clogston out of Texas who went missing for days, and then even the sheriff says on television, I got it all recorded, that he was seen, had a conversation with a friend, but he'd been missing. We don't know what, he's under mind control or what, and then his car and he are found off the road, and he's crashed into a tree and found dead. But he'd already been missing for days, and then seen and had a rational, normal conversation with a friend. So they're so mysterious. It is really hard for me to believe that those aren't that those wouldn't be homicide, or at least very strange. And I can't believe that some of the doctors we knew would commit suicide, or that they were accidents.
In these numbers, I mean, we've had broadcasters pass on, Aaron. Just a few months ago, our friend Alan Combs died.